What's up, everyone? This is for my Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm a Leo rising, so this kind of applies to me too. So I'll be able to give a little personal insight on my experience as a Leo rising. But otherwise, if it's your Sun, Moon, or Rising, this will work for you. Thank you for tuning in. Um, this is a general reading for the month of April. So if you want a personalized reading, you can message me on my page. If not, then that's fine. For my Leos for the month of April, I don't know what's going on with Leos, man. I'm a Leo rising, so I have the appearance of a Leo, you know. So that's good because Leos are very beautiful people. Ooh. And it adds to my sexiness. Okay. But so this one's for the Leos. Let me concentrate and focus, y'all. What do we have for Leos for the month of April? What is going on with y'all? What is going on? We have okay, so sometimes my cards they get out of control. There's two cards that I have right now. So one is transformation. So you guys in the month of April are going through deep transformation. My soul group for the Leos is about the death of the ego, and that's scary for y'all. Leo is about the sun. The sun represents the self, and the self, part of the self is the ego. And death in this reading is about transformation. So death in this reading is synonymous with the word transformation. I use them in tandem with each other. Okay. Now, as far as this card is concerned, this is about the death of the self and transitioning to find out who the real self is. So you guys are really getting to who your self is, who you are at the core of you, who your true self is. Okay. For the month of April, you guys are definitely within this transition. And you guys have the Two of Swords. So there's a decision that you guys have been sitting on with your situation. And mentally, you're like, okay, well, I don't know which choice to make. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here, not make any decision until I know in my heart and in my mind which decision I want to make. Until there's an agreement within me, I'm not going to make a decision. Okay, so I feel like there has been this redefinition of who self is in terms of you guys as Leo, and it's been halting on your decision making. Maybe you feel like you have not been able to really make any moves because you're wanting to come out of this phase of the death in transformation period. That remains to be said because during this period, there's time that has to pass. And so with the death of the ego, that's an agony. The ego, you grieve over it. You grieve over the person that you once were, until you recognize that that person was not you. The thing that's left behind, the bones of you, the structure of you that's left behind is your true self. And it's the self that remains after all of that other glitz and glam is gone. And I think that you guys are finally coming to terms with who you are in the core of you. And it had to do with this situation. Like, it had to do with a choice that you didn't know which way to choose, one or another. So you had to go within to really find out which way it is that you're trying to go. And the resolution of that will help you to make a decision, because once you redefine who you are as your new ego self, which is going to be built by you as opposed to by your parents and your social influences and your religious influences and your the influences of your cousin, the influences of the media. Those things that build up your ego self in the past are passing away, and you're having a chance to reinvent yourself. And once you come to reinvent yourself, once you come out of that transformation period, trust me, you're going to be able to make that decision, and you're going to feel strongly about it. You're going to be like, you're not going to be able to go back if you want to. I have the card of wisdom. That's Saraswati, all right, y'all? That's the card of wisdom. So y'all are really seeking out wisdom in regards to a very hard choice for you guys to make because you're not sure which way to go. And it caused you to go within. This is something deep, y'all. Like, what's happening with y'all right now? I don't even know. But in the month of April, this is a cycle that's happening for you guys in order for you to make a real life decision. And it's not something that you can make just with your logic alone. Your logic's not working. So you're going within. You're going to try to find that wisdom and gain the wisdom from the outer realms. And usually you guys are so confident and so straightforward. But then if you're not sure who you are sometimes, if you're not aware of your true self and who the true self is, then it calls for this transformation period. It calls for the death of the ego so you can find out again who you are. And once you come out of that, then you have a new self established upon who you want to be rather than who you were projected to be before. Okay? So this is a new start for you guys. It's a transition, you know, because death is synonymous with transitioning. And when I have wisdom here, this is something that you have gone within. You're following the directions from your spirit. You're following the directions of source energy. And you're following that path in order for you to reinvent yourself. And that's good because staying in that situation where you follow your wisdom, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with following your intuition and wisdom ever, okay? Because that's unveiling the mystery. That is going into in deep and getting that information from the unknown, like, and not quite understanding everything all at once. But when you do get the understanding, it's like an epiphany. It's like something that happens out of nowhere, you know? And all you have to do is sit in this position, you know, block everything out, you know, block everything else that everyone's telling you out of the way. So you can go within and really get the information that comes from within, and from being able to be in alignment with that information. It's kind of like what I do. It's like the channelings that I do. I'm not reading from a script. You don't see me, except from the oracle books. What I do is I channel the information. So whatever is coming to me is a gift from the creator that is coming to you. All right. So that's especially what I want to talk about with that. So there's everything's not so shiny right here like we're used to with the Leos right now, especially the Leos in my soul group who I am talking to here. Okay. Oh, here's your card right here. We have strength. See that lion right there? That's you guys. So you guys are trying to find yourselves again. You're trying to find that lion. Y'all are the Leo. Y'all are the lion. Okay. And the lion resides within the self. That inner strength to make that decision lies within the self, you know. So when there's so many things, as you can see, this person is you, your higher self, and this infinity symbol is infinite possibilities. So there's infinite possibilities when you're able to get in touch with that inner self of yours. So when I look at this spread and I look at you guys, I see that there was so much stuff that needed to be taken away from you, so much extra stuff that was added to you that really blinded the real you, or really was projecting something other than that which was the real you. And making decisions out of that can be turbulent, like making a decision out of something self that is not really you does not, yield the proper results for your life path. And for you guys to halt and sit and wait for the answer to come to you as far as what kind of choice you should make, because you're at a crossroads right now with this Two of Swords. You're not sure which choice to make, okay? And that's okay. You don't have to know everything all at once. There's an unfolding that's happening. There's something that's trying to be revealed as a result of you going within, not making a decision right then and there. But when you come out of this transformation, then you'll know which choice to make for you guys. You're trying to find that line again. You're trying to find that inner strength again, you know. This lion is you. You know, that strength is you. So I feel like you're trying to find this inner strength to make a decision where you think that you lost it. You didn't lose it. You're just transitioning. Your self is building a new self, you know. Okay. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but for the month of April, this is what's coming up for y'all's reading. And it's not like my Leos to be unsure of themselves. But sometimes things happen. Life happens. And the self-confidence level goes down. And it has to be built back up. So, you know, I know not everything is perfect for y'all, even though on the outside it might seem to be, because that's the kind of image that the image is very important for Leo, I feel like. So what else comes out for Leo at this point in time? Nothing's popping out, y'all. Nothing's really popping out. We have the Fool. Okay, we have the Fool here. So the Fool is you being able to finally make a decision. Actually, the Fool is able to make a decision about just leaping forward. You're going to take that leap of faith very soon. That new beginning is going to come when you take that leap of faith. But it's all in good time, y'all. Y'all going to feel like yourselves again, I feel like. After you go through this death and transformation process, and you redefine who you are, you're going to have that new solid beginning. You're going to be in this energy of the sun. There's a sun right here, and there's a sun right here, and it's happy. You're going to go forth and find out who you are, find that inner strength again, and being able to make that decision and take that leap of faith that you're asking for. Right now, you're waiting for the wisdom. You're trying to gather the wisdom necessary in order to find out who you are again, so that you can get that mystery back. And then once you'll be yourself again, y'all gonna be yourselves again. I promise y'all that. Okay, I promise y'all that. And then from that, you'll have a life lesson. You have Kanum here. Kanum is coming up for a lot of people. There's a reshaping of you, the master craftsman, creator of form, organizing principle. Kanum is a creator god. You know, the spirals represent the DNA. Okay, so your DNA is awakening. Okay, you're going into a transition. You're on the Kanum's potter's wheel, and there's also physical healing I feel like you guys are undergoing. So if you're waiting for physical healing, this is happening for y'all as well. Y'all are being reshaped and remade. A situation that's made to break you is going to reshape you and remake you, okay? And I say that because there has to be, when there's transitions of form, this is transition and transformation is death, you know, essentially death of the ego. And going within, there's some wisdom that has to be gained from that, you know what I'm saying? And you've halted your decision making, you've halted doing what it is that you felt like you need to do. But once you're done, there's some time for you to become your new self. And that is being on Kanum's potter's wheel. And usually I read the book, but I'm not going to read the book right now. I feel like I have the understanding of this card. And with that, the creator God is the awakener of the DNA and the healer. So you're being remade, you know, you're molding into a new self. And that y'all sign is the sun. It's about self, about who you are. And the remaking of that is not often so pretty and glitzy and glammy as the Leos would like to have us see on the outside, you know. So that's okay though, because the glitz and glam is going to come back to y'all once you finally are remade. So think of it as like changing your outfit. Like think of it changing that who you are as your outfit. That's that transformation that's happening with y'all. It's not a pretty process on the outside, but it's a beautiful process on the inside. And y'all really need to start understanding that process and embrace that process. And then once you do, you know, you'll be remade. And then you have this new spunk. You have that new confidence. You have that new awareness that you're in a new cycle, and you'll be able to make that leap of faith with the Fool card and inner strength. Okay. All right. I want to thank you, Leos, for watching this. If you would like a personalized reading, please go to my page, Neferal Blue Lotus, and ask for one. And then if you have tuned in the middle of this, then you can go to my YouTube page and watch this too. Thank you, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I will talk to y'all next time. Peace.